Hello everyone, welcome to MzansiOz Diary. If you're new here, you're very much welcome. So like I said before, the Mzansi News, current news, this one episode is a Mzansi News episode. And so a few days ago, something really important happened in South Africa. It was the trade deal between South Africa and European Union. So it was presented by President Ramaphosa and Ursula von der Leyen. So they spoke and they presented the deal. So let's listen, guys, to that deal, and I'll come back and speak to you all.
But we can and we must go further. Today, we are together announcing an investment package to mobilize 4.7 billion euro in South Africa, and this is in both our interest. It includes funding for the clean energy transition, but also funding to boost vaccine manufacturing. South Africa wants to protect the health of its people as well as your autonomy and your local industries. We Europeans want to diversify some of our most critical supply chains, and we know that viruses know no borders. So that is what I call a true mutual interest. Second, today we're launching negotiations on the first ever clean trade and investment partnership. The rationale is simple. The South African economy is growing in size and complexity, and you have the ambition to create more added value here in the country. Europe understands your potential. Take the clean hydrogen value chain. South Africa has everything to become a global leader. You have clean energy in abundance from wind to sun. You have raw materials that are critical for electrolyzers, including 91% of the world's platinum group metal reserves. And you have a rising industry to produce clean hydrogen and strong export ambitions. European companies are interested in investing here, but they need more incentives. So, the Clean Trade and Investment Partnership can support. Together with private companies, we can unleash investments in clean energy, raw materials, and green hydrogen. We can boost local industry with agreements for the future production that gives them certainty. And we can facilitate the trade of made in South Africa products to Europe. We want to strengthen and diversify our supply chains, but we want to do it in cooperation with you. We want beneficiation that is an important value to us. Our model is that we want to support the local jobs, the local added value and high environmental and labor standards, because we both know that ultimately that is the best way for all of us to build more resilient global value chains. And third, we are enhancing our cooperation on science and technology. South Africa is already the best represented African country in European research programs, with funding for over 140 innovation projects across South Africa. Last year, over 1,000 South Africans came to study and teach in European universities, and we are now encouraging the exchange of even more students through your presidential PhD program. We're stepping up cooperation on research in artificial intelligence, in climate and health. So the message is very clear. Europe remains open for business and open to talented people from around the world. President Ramaphosa, dear Cyril, 2025 is a vital year for cooperation between South Africa and Europe. As we've heard, we are already working very closely, and of course we are working closely with your presidency of the G20. And I look forward to returning to Johannesburg in November for the Leaders' Summit. In a moment of increased global confrontation and competition, we must strengthen our partnership further. We must work closely together to ensure the future is built on our shared belief in cooperation and human dignity, in stable relations. We stay together the course. We give predictability and reliability. And I thank you very much for receiving us here today. Thank you very much.
So is green energy transition, and is also the hydrogen, which is energy storage. Also, the third one is the vaccine manufacturing. The other one is the raw material. So that's raw material is the one that we need to talk about it. She did mention the platinum. I've already discussed the platinum. If you guys want to have a look at that video that I did about platinum, when the USA cut all the PEPFAR funding and all of that, and I did mention that USA receive a lot of platinum from South Africa, and South Africa is 91% world reserve of platinum, the world's producer of platinum. And I gave you guys some use of platinum, what way it can be useful. And so this, we need to talk about this, because these things might look like a 4.7 billion euro investment, but the devil is in the detail. So why did Ramaphosa want a vaccine manufacturing instead of the ARV manufacturing? That's number one. Where's the priority? I mean, vaccine is also important, but I think the critical one is the production of ARV. That would be something that I would like to question that one, as if there's any, why is he focusing on that? Isn't it South Africa's health priorities, ARV? In terms of them manufacturing that one for pharmaceutical. The second thing about this raw material, this is about rare earth materials, because now Europe wants to increase their military production and increase spending on their military, as you've heard a couple of weeks ago discussion with Donald Trump. So they need to have a rare earth minerals. So South Africa has plenty of rare earth minerals. Of the 17 rare earth minerals available that we know of, South Africa has 10 of those. Some of them are untapped. And so I would like to know, which we know that platinum, we're not including platinum. Platinum is essential minerals, but it's not under the rare earth minerals. So and so I would like to know what part of that is going to be going to Europe, what are of the rare earth minerals, and whether there's any refineries that's going to be built in South Africa, because that's very important. You can't be digging stuff and sending them on a truck and sending them elsewhere. You're going to develop complexity. The economy is not going to grow. People aren't going to be skilled. So we need to find out of this, if this deal involve having a refinery of these rare earth minerals in South Africa and building capacity around that. If that involves that, it will be a good deal. If it doesn't include all of that, it's another scam, okay? Another scam done by the cupcake. All right, so let's now talk about the first rare earth minerals that South Africa has, and that currently there's a huge production of it. And then next video I will talk about other rare earth minerals. There are 10 of them that I know of that are currently available in South Africa out of those 17 rare earth minerals. So we're starting with South Africa's rare earth minerals. So we spoke about the platinum before, if you want to look at that video. So I'm not going to go to platinum, so go back to the platinum video that I spoke about extensively about it. Now we're moving on to rare earth minerals. the rare earth minerals that could be exported to EU, which I'm a little bit concerned about it. You need to be developing refinery of these minerals instead of exporting this dirt into another country. It's not a very complex economy. If you're doing that, you're not going to build skills and capacity, and you're not going to build manufacturing that's needed for the future. So I hope in this, export of the raw materials, which she didn't mention which one of those raw materials, Anna can 100% say to you it's rare earth minerals. South Africa has 10 of the 17 rare earth minerals that we know of. So I'm going to put your periodic table there. Chemists, if you've been in chem, let's have a look. There's your periodic table. So we're going to discuss the number one element that's available, the rare earth element that's available in South Africa. It is the neodymium. The neodymium, actually belongs to the rare earth metals. It has a remarkable magnetic, optic, and conductive properties, making it so essential for AR, artificial intelligence, for robotics, for energy, and defense application. So it's element number 60 on your periodic table, ND symbol. Okay, so we're not going to go to all the chemical properties, what is included, all the science bit. I don't know. I know people aren't interested in science anyway. So now, what is its application? Neodymium. So I did mention that AR and computing. So in AR and computing, we're talking about hard disk drive that used in AR-powered cloud data center, in quantum computing, neodymium-based alloys very much being explored in the quantum processing research that's going on about its use in there. And the second thing is robotic and automation. Industrial robots. You've seen these robots picking up things and doing things. And yes, that to be able to have a robot that pick things up and carry it without a person, you need neodymium in there for its magnets for powerful and lightweight motors. It can also be used for humanoid AR robotic, like enable a smooth and precision movement. This will come into those electric cars. And the C, automotive vehicles, electric motor vehicles, as I've said. The neodymium, it's very good for magnets and that are lighter and more efficient. It's really very used for that. It's also used in drones. So AI enhanced drones all of them use neodymium powered rotor. There you go, military there. And then in drones, military and defense AR, it's used, you need neodymium. For the stealth aircraft, AI-powered navigation and silent propulsion, they all use neodymium magnets. The smart missiles, neodymium magnets help with target and stabilization. So you can also use this neodymium for green energy and AR. With wind turbines, the neodymium magnets, they improve the energy efficiency in AR optimized turbines. So if you go to turbines, then you optimize them using ARs. They improve the energy efficiency of those wind turbines. So it means that they can be more efficient in providing electricity. The neodymium is used in energy storage as well. When you use an AR control smart grids, when you have a smart grid that's AR control, you need neodymium. You see that how important that neodymium is. Neodymium is important for computing. We said it's important for automotive, and we talk about the aircraft, and we also talk about the military used, the green energy, So we know that at the moment, China controls about 85% of neodymium supply, and South Africa has a lot of reserve of neodymium. If Europe and others don't want to be reliant on China, obviously they want to diversify the risk, don't want to rely on one country for their, that could be useful for that, to supply them with those reserves. The most areas where you would find the neodymium mine is actually at Steenkampskraal in Cape Town. Steenkampskraal in Cape Town. You could also find it in Limpopo as well. I think the Limpopo one is actually secondary, it's not high grade as the one in Cape Town, but they also huge reserve in Northern Cape. So it does, need to be mined really careful for, for environment protection and other use. Quite an important rare earth minerals for high-tech application. So this is one element, rare earth minerals, that could be, it's not been guaranteed that be one, but platinum is definitely be the one. Obviously, if you're a country like South Africa with 90% reserve of platinum, the share market, your number one producer, obviously platinum will be there. And I spoke about platinum as well. It's used in a lot of pharmaceutical and other stuff, and including military use as well. How that important about aircraft. So what is also important with this neodymium is that for an electric car to be faster, to be driven without someone in there, you need neodymium. I spoke about it. So AI powered car like Tesla, to be self-driven, neodymium is required to have a self-driven electric car. So that's why it's useful for military use anyway. It actually can be used for also industrial use for green steel production. It can be used to replace iron ore, used to reduce carbon dioxide emission. They are optimized also hydrogen factory cells. They are very useful. So once you have something like AI powered, so you can see that you can actually improve in the application of green hydrogen, also related to green hydrogen they're talking about, because you need to have to store these batteries. You need to have a battery storage. Even you have like nice green energy powered wind, sunny most days in South Africa in some areas, you still need to be able to store it when it's raining, when it's so you don't have any sun and all of that. So it's so important. AI-driven storage, battery storage is quite efficient. Thing is about this thing, it's for green energy, it's really expensive, green energy. The production cost is high. The energy intensity is also high, and it's require a lot of energy, but you can reduce the energy intensity by powering this green energy transition with AI. So AI crucial in this. I don't know which country's not investing in AI. It'll be dumb if you don't invest in it. It's very important because it will optimize the storage and make it last long. That's this green hydrogen potential that she's talking about, between South Africa and the European Union, in terms of that. I won't talk about other today. Just talk about this mineral, because I think people don't like to talk a lot more about science. But yeah, neodymium, one of your rare earth minerals, 10 of them that I'm aware of. There could be some, but maybe someone hasn't really done any environmental survey to look at those areas that haven't been looked at, those mountains and other places. But definitely 10 out of those 17, so out of 17, you got 10 of the rare earth mineral. So that one is number 60, neodymium. Okay, All right, thank you guys for listening. Hope you have a lovely day. Until next time, bye for now.